TV. I'm Nick Johnson, and I'll be joining you for all the action this weekend. We'll have 4 matches for you here today, and then tomorrow, 5th place, 3rd place, and 1st place. And we're getting things kicked off with the heavy favorite in this tournament, the Harper College Hawks. They are in the white jerseys on the far side of your screen here for the first set, facing off against the Queensborough Lady Tigers in the road blues, and they'll be on the near side of your screen. Harper College went 40-1 this season, had some of the toughest schedule, and we are going to go ahead and get started here with the starting lineups. So we'll preview our matchup here on this side a little bit as they go through the starting lineups over on the other court. Of course, the court split up today in order to get all 8 matches in. As I said, before the starting lineups, Harper coming into this tournament, the heavy favorite. They are 40-1 in the season. They came out of one of the toughest divisions in all of Division III NJCAA volleyball, knocking off the Madison Wolfpack, who came within a game last year of winning their 3rd consecutive national championship. They were knocked off by eventual national champions RCTC. And so Harper College comes in with one heck of a resume at 40-1 on the season. Although that being said, Queensborough, not too shabby themselves. They are 26-1 in the season, and they absolutely rolled through Region 15 play, going 23-0 on the season, and not even dropping a set during postseason play as they took down District F. Some players to look for between these two teams here. Zuri Williams leads the way for Queensborough. She had 215 kills on the season. Paige Hughes, number 9, also very solid at 177 kills. And almost everything will be set up by Kiara Reyes with 642 assists on the season. As for Harper, they attack from all over the place. They have 6 hitters with more than 100 kills on the season, led by number 7, Ellie Burzloff, and then number 12, Caitlin Novi. Burzloff has 394 kills in the season, Novi with 319. Most of those sets will come from number 15, Caitlin Summers, who had over 1,200 of them on the season. So this will be the top half of our bracket. Our next matchup will be between Central Lakes and Columbus State. And then we'll have the consolation match of the losers of those 2 games, and then the advancement of the winners for the opportunity to go to the national championship match tomorrow afternoon, where we'll have the 5th, 3rd, and 1st place matches for you. All the action here on NJCAA TV. So some keys to the game, I would say, as Harper College is, again, the clear favorite here. Queensborough is going to need to find some balance. If they go to Williams all afternoon, Harper's defense might prevent her from having the success that she's become accustomed to. As for Harper, basically continue to do what they've done all season long, spread the wealth, attack from all over the floor, and play sound defense. We are just about ready to get going here. But it should be a fun weekend of action here. 8 teams from all across the country. Queensborough from Bayside, New York, and Harper from Paladin, Illinois. A couple teams from right here in Minnesota as well. And as they bring the starting lineups edition of this to a close, we are just about ready to get underway. Again, Queensborough will be on the near side of your screen in the blue uniforms. Harper on the far side for set number 1. And a key to tournaments like this as well, especially if you're Harper and you have national championship aspirations that go a little deeper than maybe the other 7 teams that are here, you want to make quick work of the 8 seed. You want to go 3-0 and save your energy for the upcoming and, at least on paper, more difficult matches. And as for Queensborough, I got to believe it's a matter of just sticking around. Maybe if they can steal the first set and build that hope against this Harper team that's got the target on its back, that'll certainly help their confidence level as well. So the Hawks from Harper and the Lady Tigers from Queensborough get set to go. Out there for Harper on the far side, we've got Catherine Novi, Caitlin Summers, Ellie Burzloff, Hannah Moore, Ariana Cellini, and who am I missing? I think that's all 6. So that's who's out there at least to start things off for Harper College, at least until libero Kayla Meyer comes in. For Queensborough on the near side, of course, Zuri Williams out there to start things off. Brittany McNally, Carmen Clavijo, Kiara Reyes, Paige Hughes, and Nabalu Bariti are out there. And we are underway off the serve from Caitlin Summers, and she starts things off with an ace. Well, that's the start Harper was looking for. As I said, making quick work. And to earn a point off the very first shot of the day is one way to get things started off. Summers again with the jump serve. This time goes into the net. And the service error will lead to a side out over to Queensborough. Tied up at 1 apiece here in set number 1 as Paige Hughes gets ready to serve it away for Queensborough. Nice dig there by Hannah Moore just to keep that alive. Burzloff had to bump it across, and now here comes Williams. There she is, Zuri Williams, the first kill of the match. Off the nice feed from Kiara Reyes, and Queensborough has a 2-1 lead. Hughes on the serve again as both teams try to get into a rhythm and let maybe those jitters get out of the way. Another case there as Hughes goes into the net, so both teams with a service error at this point. As Marielle Lugo checks in for Harper. They will use their bench a lot, probably one of the deepest teams here in this tournament. There's a serve coming from Ariana Cellini, just tickles over the top of the net. And another ace for Harper. 2 of their 3 points have come from the ace. So a lot of points just coming off the serve. 2 service errors and 2 aces out of our 5 points. Here comes another volley as it's Burzloff getting the feed, dropping the left hand, and Williams gets it across for Queensborough, and now a big spike just out of bounds off the right hand of Marielle Lugo. Point and side out over to Queensborough. We're tied up at 3. Williams will serve for the Lady Tigers here on the near side. She does get it across to libero Kayla Meyer, and the spike there by Sarah Udoni. Didn't put much on it, but it did get past the blockers. And it'll be side out back to Harper College with a 4-3 lead here in set number 1. Kayla Meyer on the serve. Nice dig there by Hughes. Tapped across at the left hand by Joelle De Rosers. And now that spike by Burzloff goes out of bounds. And so the leading hitter for Harper still trying to find her groove here. Really both teams still trying to get into a rhythm as they've traded punches to a 4-4 tie. Serving up for the Lady Tigers is Mariella Medina. Nice dig there by Ariana Cellini, and the spike by Novi gets across, and a play at the net is made. It was Novi and Lugo there to send it right back. Queensborough unable to save it. Side out right back to Harper. If either team can go on a run here, build a little distance, it's usually the formula. But for now, they just want to keep these serves in play. Another service error, that time by Cellini. Side out right back to Queensborough. We're tied up at 5. Serving is Gianna Carusiello. Lugo on the spike, dug out by Queensborough, and now a lift is called on the Tigers. Side out back to Harper. We haven't had consecutive points yet in this match. Hannah Moore will serve it away for the Hawks with a 6-5 lead. Looking to get into a rhythm here. Nice set there for Hughes, dug out by Moore, and now bumped across by Summers. Attacking the middle is DeRosiers. And now far side, nice dig again by McNally, but the point goes to Harper College. Our first consecutive points of the match, and it's a 7-5 lead in favor of Harper. Moore keeps it in bounds this time and gets the ace. That's the third ace of this first set. Serves have been wildly important thus far, as we've had 3 aces from Harper, and each team has committed a couple of service errors. So now timeout called by Jason Demas of Queensborough. We'll take a quick 1-minute break. You're watching the National Championship here on NJCAA TV. Out there by Jason Demas, as 3 consecutive points were scored by Harper. He doesn't want this to snowball, and so Queensborough looking for a point in the side out here as Hughes taps that one across. What a save by Mayer on the other side, keeping that one alive. And now the spike by DeRosiers. Again, Harper fighting to keep it alive, but unable to do so that time. So you're seeing some of that strong defense by Harper College. But Queensborough sticking with it and getting the point and the side out. They trail 8-6. DeRosiers on the serve, dug out by Moore. And now a big spike on the way. Ariana Cellini, she's been busy here in this first set. And now Novi doesn't get the feed she wanted from Summers, but does indeed get the point. So if anything, it threw off the Queensborough block as they were getting set from a big spike from Novi, who ended up just tapping it over. It'll be Novi on the serve with a 9-6 lead for Harper. Hughes with the spike. Nice dig by Moore. And now into the net, but just getting it over is Sarah Udoni, her second kill of this set. 10-6. Harper starting to build that arm's length lead as Novi goes into the net. So for Harper, they've earned 3 aces, and they've given away 3 service errors. And you see with Novi, she did the big jump serve attempt. So maybe they'll offer a little give and take and just hope they end up on the positive side. Leading 10-7 here in this first set. Kiara Reyes serving, getting it just over the net. And now Summers with a nice feed to Udoni. Dug up by Queensborough, but then they're called for a lift. Side out back to Harper as Burzloff comes back in for Emily Huprich. And it'll be Caitlin Summers serving for the Hawks, up by 4. McNally there for the dig. Spike on the way, and good by Mbalo Bariti. Diving attempt made by Hannah Moore on the other side. I apologize to Bariti's family if I'm slow to say her name, but that ponytail getting in the way of the number makes it difficult from this angle. I have the same angle as you folks at home as Paige Hughes sends that one into the net. So another service error and a side out back to Harper. I think if you're the Lady Tigers, you just want to keep the ball in play off the service line, where Harper can get a little bit more aggressive as they earn their 4th ace of this set off the hand of Ariana Cellini. 13-8, their largest lead of the set. As Cellini sends another fastball, this time dug out by McNally. Big spike by Clavijo, but it's answered by Udoni. Sarah Udoni with 3 kills already in this first set. Harper continues to build their lead. It's up to 14-8. Cellini on the serve into the net. So it's staying even from the Harper service perspective. 4 aces and 4 service errors, but they lead by 5. Zuri Williams will serve for Queensborough. She's backed all the way into the little corner of the benches here, trying to get as much room as possible for the run up to this serve. Actually, she doesn't run into it at all. She just hammers it flat-footed. And Burzloff on the spike. Dug up by Queensborough. They have to hit it across without an attack. And now that spike off the mark by Marielle Lugo. It goes wide left, and Queensborough has their first consecutive points of this set. You see the bench start to encourage the players out on the floor to keep it going. Meyer there for the dig off the Williams serve. Udoni dug out by the Queensborough defense, and now a nice tap there by DeRogers. Queensborough setting it up to Bariti, and she is blocked. The combination of Udoni and Lugo there to deny Bariti. And it's a side out back to Harper. They've got a 15-10 lead. Head coach Bob Villasowit, yet to leave his seat over on the Harper bench. As Meyer is dug out, and Bariti again gets blocked. That time it was Lugo all by herself. 16-10, Harper College built the lead back up to 6. After Queensborough built some baby momentum after 2 consecutive points for the first time in this match. They won't be able to get that one back without 4 hits, and so another point goes to Harper. 17-10 they lead here in this first set, and Jason Demas will call his second and final timeout of the set. You're watching the National Championship here on NJCAA TV. Fans, Tachikara is proud to be the official volleyball of the NJCAA and has generously provided all balls for NJCAA National Championship play for over 30 years. Tachikara, we've got the ball, you bring the game. And right now, top seed Harper College has certainly brought their A-game, building a 7-point lead here in the first set. As Kayla Meyer gets set to serve it away. Queensborough setting up their attack. Spike by Clavijo is dug out, and then Burzloff on the other side for Harper College gets her first kill. Ellie Burzloff with that big left hand attacking from the right side. That makes an attack very dangerous if you've got a southpaw that gets comfortable on that right side. Clavijo again on the spike. Harper College ready for it, but they have to bump it across. Now Hughes digging it out. Clavijo again on the feed. Gets it over the block. And Harper able to keep it alive. Burzloff bumps it across. And then it was touched by DeRogers for Queensborough. And that's a situation where I think you need to back off the net and just let the bump come across and set up your attack. It's a 9-point lead now. And Queensborough gets a much-needed gift with Kayla Meyer setting that one into the net. 19-11 in favor of Harper. Queensborough in need of a big run here. Mariella Medina will serve for the Lady Tigers. Getting it across, but dug out by Cellini. And then a big block there. It was Catherine Novi on the spike, but Joelle DeRogers met her with authority. So perhaps a little spark here for the Lady Tigers. Again, a couple consecutive points. Can they string together 4 or 5, though, and climb back into this set? Burzloff blocked but out of bounds, so she'll get the kill, and the side out will go back to Harper. They lead 20-12 here in set number 1. Emily Huprich will serve it for the Hawks and get another ace. Keeping tally here, that's 5 aces against 5 service errors for Harper College. So I think they're going to try and stay aggressive from behind that service line. A lot of jump serves on that side as opposed to Queensborough, which has gone, or at least tried to be safer on this side. And now Queensborough again called for another lift, and the lead is up to double digits. 22-12. Harper College looking to take set number 1 here in the first round of the National Championship Tournament, as Hughes has to bump that one across. Summers on the feed for Lugo. Nice dig by Hughes. Queensborough keeps it alive. Summers this time for Novi, and no chance for Queensborough. DeRogers tried to get a block up, but she was there late, and Novi has her first kill. 23-12, and now another service error. Huprich into the net this time. So of the 13 points scored by Queensborough, 6 of them have come from Harper service errors. And I think with a 10-point lead, Harper could probably care less. Serving is Carmen Clavijo. Queensborough able to dig that one out, but we had a whistle, and not sure what the call was there. But either way, it's a point for Harper, and now it's set point, leading 24-13 as Hannah Moore gets ready to serve it away. She's dug out by McNally, and now DeRogers has to just punch it across. Summers up top for Novi. Good block there by DeRogers. And Summers has to bump it across. They'll feed DeRogers in the middle, and she'll be blocked again. It was Novi with some help from Cellini. And Harper College rolls to a 25-13 victory in set number 1. We'll take a quick break, but you're watching the NJCAA National Championship Tournament here on NJCAA TV. Well, as we get ready to start set number 2 between Harper and Queensborough, Harper was led that match by Sarah Udoni with 3 kills, although the 5 combined aces certainly didn't hurt either. So Harper, with their first set victory, that's the first time Queensborough has dropped a set in over a month. So they were dominating out east. Different story so far here at the National Championship Tournament, and they knew that they would have their work cut out for them. Fans, you can follow all the action of the 2016 NJCAA Division III National Volleyball Championship live on NJCAA TV. Just go to www.njcaatv.com to view live and archived video of each match. Relive all the exciting plays and great memories of this year's tournament by visiting www.njcaatv.com. And that archived portion is certainly one that can be valuable for families getting together over Thanksgiving or Christmas this year, watching tournament highlights and replays of all the great action here in Rochester, Minnesota. This is a fantastic tournament, and Rochester is a fantastic host, as this is their 3rd consecutive year hosting the National Championship Tournament. But some new teams this year. Our defending national champion, Rochester Community and Technical College, did not make it this year. They were knocked out by an opponent on the other side of the floor, Ridgewater. So we'll have a new champion crowned this year as set number 2 gets underway from the serve of Kiara Reyes. And it's Ariana Cellini earning the kill and the first point of set number 2. Serving it up will be Caitlin Summers for the Hawks, sending one shallow and getting another ace in favor of Harper. It's a valiant effort there by Brittany McNally to try and dig that one out. But it's a quick 2-0 lead for Harper College. A key for Queensborough is to not let this snowball quickly. That first set got away from them in a hurry after they were tied at 5 points early on. Harper started to pull away, and a lot of it was due to miscues from Queensborough, and that's a good way to stop it as Zuri Williams gets the big kill attacking from the middle. And I'm a little surprised she didn't get a ton of feeds in that first set. I would look for her to be a little bit more active here in set number 2 as Harper leads 2-1. As Novi goes into the net, wasn't much of a blocker there either, so I think perhaps, that was Sarah Udoni who sent her spike into the net and perhaps tried to get a little too perfect on where she was going to send that one, as Ellie Burzloff answers back for Harper with the big spike. Block went out of bounds. Point goes to the Hawks, who lead 3-2. Ariana Cellini will serve it away. She's got a tough jump serve, and she shows it off again, earning her second ace of the match and Harper's second ace of this second set. 4-2, the Hawks lead. And you can certainly battle some fatigue if you're scoring points from behind the service line as frequently as Harper has. And now an illegal rotation called on Queensborough, so the point will go back to Harper. I'm guessing that was the issue we had in set number 1 as Jason Demas looks for an explanation. If you'll remember, it was 23-13. Harper earned a point off of a serve where they had the return and the officials blew the whistle. As Cellini's serve gets over the net. Now Hughes on the attack, dug out by Summers. They work it over to Lugo, who gets the kill, attacking from the left side. And already you're seeing this balanced attack from Harper. They have 5 players who have recorded a kill so far this afternoon here early in the second set. They lead 6-2 as Clavijo digs that one out, and now a lift gets called again on Queensborough. They trail 7-2 here in this second set. Harper has all the momentum right now as Cellini gets another ace. Ariana Cellini with 3 aces already, looking for 4 of a kind after the timeout. You're watching the NJCAA National Volleyball Championship here on NJCAA TV.
The NJCAA, in partnership with Blue Frame Technology, is pleased to announce that you can now watch your favorite NJCAA sports on the all-new NJCAA TV Apple TV app. Watch live or search through thousands of archived broadcasts. Have an older Apple TV? You can still watch on your TV by going to AirPlay on your iOS device and choosing Apple TV. Download the new Apple TV app now in the Apple TV App Store.
Back to the action. I like what Bob Vilsoet did for his girls there during the timeout. He didn't even get off the bench. They all went to the corner and danced and stayed loose. And why not? They've got the momentum in an 8-2 lead. Make it 9-2 as Sarah Udoni gets the solo block there. If it ain't broke, why fix it? I think that's why Vilsoet just let his girls stay on the floor and stay loose and keep it fun. They're having all sorts of fun with this lead right now as that bump bounces off the basketball hoop, allowing Harper to keep it in play. As Summers sets one up for Burzloff, who cuts it down the line. Ellie Burzloff with a beautiful spike there off the feed from Summers, and Harper has scored 8 straight points. They lead 10-2. Queensborough wants nothing more than to get Cellini away from that service line, as they have had a tough time setting up their attack off of her difficult jump serves. This time they'll be able to do so. It's Hughes from mid-range. What a save there by Cellini. Harper keeping it alive with their defense. Now Lugo cutting one down the line. Dug out by Queensborough, but they can't keep it in play. And so despite the nice dig by Kiara Lugo on the opposite side, no relation, I would assume, to Marielle Lugo, Harper College continues their run. They've scored 9 in a row and lead by 9 as Hughes taps that one over the block, and another nice save by Caitlin Summers. Now it's Lugo getting it across for Harper. Marielle Lugo, her second kill of the match, and it's 10 straight points for the Hawks. They can do no wrong right now. A commanding 12-2 lead here in set number 2. Hughes on the spike, and finally, Queensborough earns a side out, and Harper nearly saved that one again as Kayla Meyer made a diving attempt, and it could have fooled me. She trapped it in order to get it back up, but it will be a side out to Queensborough. Zuri Williams on the serve. A hammering topspin serve is dug out by Cellini, and now Burzloff on the spike. Queensborough keeps it alive, but they're unable to get it back across the net. Side out back to Harper, and that's one Queensborough desperately wants back. If you dig out the spike, you got to get it back across the net. And I think there was some miscommunication there on the Queensborough side, as that serve goes into the net off the hand of Kayla Meyer. So a much-needed gift right back to Queensborough, trailing 13-4. And Bob Vilsoet off the bench for Harper, talking to Kayla Meyer about that last serve. And he hasn't had to do much here in this match thus far, as Summers feeds Burzloff, and she is heating up. Ellie Burzloff with 4 kills, 3 of them have come in this second set as she heads to the bench to a slew of high fives. Harper earns the side out. Emily Hupprich will serve it away for the Hawks, leading again by 10. And nice spike there by Joelle DesRogers, attacking in the middle. She hung up in the air for a while and then spiked it down to the left side of the block. at least from this vantage point, be the right side for DeRozers. And a side out for Queensborough, trailing 14-5. Hughes on the serve, dug out by Meyer. Summers feeding Novi. Queensborough there for the dig, and now passed across by Clavijo, and that'll work. Smart play there by Clavijo, not to try and do too much with it. Instead, setting it across as Harper had a lot of players over on the right side of your screen. Clavijo went left. Harper unable to track it down. Point goes to the Lady Tigers, trying to build some momentum here in a big hole. Novi on the spike. Queensborough able to bump it back across off the arms of McNally. And a nice play there by Caitlin Summers. Passing it across and just keeping it inside the end line for the Harper point. 15-6 Hawks lead here in set number 2, looking to go up 2-0 in the match. Hannah Moore will serve for Harper. And now a spike coming from DeRozers. Mistimed it a little bit as Novi answers on the other side. Catherine Novi able to attack in the middle. And good placement on that spike has the lead back up to 10. 16-6, Harper College leads. Hannah Moore, dug out by Mariella Medina. But then Harper gets the big block. And they have their largest lead of this set at 17-6. Moore dug out by Hughes. DeRozers from the right side, dug out by Huprich. Now it's Cellini hitting it across flat-footed. The feed to Williams in the middle. Sorry, that was DeRozers again. As McNally with the nice save. Flat-footed offering by Melissa Dominguez. It's picked up by Harper, and I think this is the longest volley of the match thus far. DeRozers, I jinxed her as she spikes that one out of bounds. And Harper College earns the point. You're seeing out of Harper a defense that is able to keep the ball in play and force the opposition to make a mistake. As Melissa Dominguez gets the big kill there for Queensborough. Her first of the afternoon. Joelle DeRozers will serve in a big hole, trailing 18-7. As Summers up high, down hard. Ariana Cellini keeps it in bounds. And Cellini has been the star of this second set with that kill, and also behind the service line for those 10 straight points that gave Harper this massive lead. 19-7 as Catherine Novi serves it away. And it's Cellini again. A play to be made at the net. And she sends it right back down. 20-7 in favor of Harper. Well, I mentioned their depth, and they're certainly flexing it here in this first round matchup against Queensborough as that serve goes out of bounds from Catherine Novi. Queensborough trailing by 12 here in set number 2. Kiara Reyes will serve in desperate need of a run. Moore there for the dig. Summers feeding Udoni too strong. Udoni pleading that might have been touched, but there was no touch from Queensborough. And the Tigers get the point. Reyes again on the serve. Moore there for the dig again. Summers sends it back row. Hughes a diving save, but nobody there to pick it up after she did. Point to Harper. Gotta hand it to Queensborough. They could very easily wave the white flag here in this second set and live to play on in set number 3. But they haven't changed a thing. Still diving for 50-50 balls. So good hustle play there by Hughes. Summers on the serve for Harper, leading by a dozen. And Williams doesn't get a very good feed that time. Tries to bump it across and sends it out of bounds. Point Harper, they lead by 13. Summers sends it shallow. McNally there for the dig, and that hit the out-of-bounds marker as Reyes tried to dig it out. Some frustration on the Queensborough side for those last 2 points. It's 23-9 in favor of Harper. Summers going shallow, dug out again by McNally, and tipped across by Bariti. Burzloff spiking it across, and Cellini there again. Ariana Cellini has led the charge for Harper College here in this second set. And it is set point number 1, leading 24-9, hoping to go up 2-0 in the match. And they do it with an ace. Summers with the serve. McNally unable to dig it out. And Harper College dominates their way to a 25-9 victory in set number 2 to take a 2-0 lead in the match. We will take a break. You're watching the National Championship Tournament here on NJCAA TV. Welcome back as we get ready for the third set here between Harper and Queensborough. Harper has been all over Queensborough here in the first 2 sets, taking set number 1, 25-13, and set number 2, 25-9. So certainly living up to the hype as the number 1 overall seed in this tournament. Queensborough finding themselves in unfamiliar territory again. They have a flashy record. They're 26-1 in the season. But Harper at 40-1 played in a lot more tournaments. That should play to their advantage this weekend as well. When you're used to playing several matches over the course of a weekend, it can certainly play in your favor. Well, fans, you can keep up with the latest news and updates regarding NJCAA volleyball by visiting the official website of the National Junior College Athletic Association at www.njcaa.org. That's where all of my season stats came from here today. But we appreciate you watching the broadcast and seeing it live. If you want to look up stats on the season, see who's performing up to their usual standards, visit www.njcaa.org. Caitlin Summers will get things started here in set number 3 for Harper College. She serves it right at you. As Harper will get the point. There was a whistle that I couldn't quite hear. Game on the other side's getting a little close. It's 23-18. Ridgewater, the 2 seed, being tested a little bit over there. So, and they've also brought a lot of fans as Queensborough gets the first point or gets that second point back. Mbala Buriti on the big spike. So we're tied up at 1 apiece here in this third set. Hughes on the serve for Queensborough. And Summers is just going to have to bump it across for Harper. Reyes feeding Williams, sending it back, and no touch by Harper. There were a couple blockers there, but Williams, in that 6'2" frame, sent it right over the top and too strong. So 2-1 in favor of Harper, and here comes Ariana Cellini, who was behind the service line for those 10 straight points in set number 2. And she'll start off with 1 as that spike goes out of bounds. 3-1, Harper leading. And Ridgewater did indeed take the second set over on the other side. So the 2 seed is up 2-0 over Jefferson, New York. So both New York schools still looking for their first set victory here in this first round. Williams will serve for Queensborough, trailing 3-2 here in set number 3. Summers popping it up high for Burzloff, and that was a little mistimed. Burzloff was preparing to jump on that left side. The set went more towards the middle, and we're tied up at 3. So Williams looking to give Queensborough a lead, something that they haven't had since the very first set, and that was early on. Big spike there by Sarah Udoni. A little quieter in the second set, but had 3 kills in the first set and earns the side out for Harper College there. 4-3 in favor of the Hawks. Again, in tournament action, you want a clean sweep if you can get one. Keep players from getting fatigued, although Harper is so deep and so used to this tournament format. And if they advance, they'll have the last match of the day. So a long layoff between the first round and the second round, as 2 more matches will have to be played here before the winner's bracket. Burzloff has to punch that one across, but gets the point. That's her 5th kill. Again, no one from Harper really running away on the stat sheet, but they're just attacking from all over the place, and they lead it 5-3. Hughes there for the dig. McNally has to send it back across from about 12 feet. And now a spike by Annie Belinsky is denied by Queensborough, but the denial went out of bounds, and so the point goes to Harper. Kayla Meyer will serve again. Meyer with the jump serve going into the net. Harper continuing to stay aggressive behind that service line. And why not? They lead 6-4. They've gotten 7 aces on the day, 5 in that first set. But they've had their fair share of service errors to go along with it. I think by my count, they've got 9. Summers up high for Burzloff, who cuts it across. Kiara Reyes had no chance. Kind of like a soccer keeper. She went down low to try to save it, and it ended up going over her head. Point goes to Harper. And another ace for the Hawks. This time, Emily Huprich earns it. That's their 8th of this match. Huprich will serve again, leading 8-4. And a timeout called by Jason Demas. Looking a little frustrated and telling his girls to calm down, so we'll take a quick break. You're watching the NJCAA National Championship Tournament here on NJCAA TV.
What are you going to do with the next chapter of your life? You've been asked that a million times. Now it's time to make that decision and be who you've always wanted to be. Unleash your true potential and take the next step. Rochester Community and Technical College. Apply today at rctc.edu.
Queensborough breaks the timeout, looking to reverse the momentum here. Harper has had it all afternoon. They lead 8-4. Playing loose, having fun. Queensborough, again, in unfamiliar territory, and that's not what Demas wanted to see out of the timeout. Mariella Medina unable to dig out that serve by Emily Huprich, who's got her second ace here in the last 4 points. 9-4, Harper leading. Tipped across, and DeRozier's called for being in the net. 10-4 Harper. So out of the timeout, Queensborough unable to even get it back across the net. First 2 points after the timeout. DeRozier's this time accomplishes that goal. And Novi with the answer. And I think that was out of bounds, but it was touched by Queensborough. Lady Tigers just can't catch a break right now, and they need one badly. It's 11-4 in favor of Harper, and there's a break as Huprich sends that one into the net. So despite the 9 aces, Harper's committed at least as many service errors. However, teams normally commit more errors than they do aces, as evidenced right there by Carmen Clavijo, sending that one out of bounds for Queensborough. Side out right back to Harper College. They have a 12-5 lead. Hannah Moore comes in. Annie Belinsky checks out. And Bob Vilsoet can afford to look a little deeper on his bench here, as it appears as though Harper is going to advance, barring a giant comeback by Queensborough. Ariana Cellini gets the kill there, attacking from the left side. I got to say, she's been the star of this match, especially in that second set. But in terms of versatility, she has been everywhere in this match, as Moore has her serve dug out. Though it wasn't a clean dig by Queensborough, they were able to keep it alive. Bumping it around, McNally passes it across, play at the net. Summers keeps it alive for Harper. And now Cellini tipping it over the block. McNally up for Hughes, and Hughes goes back row, dug out by Meyer. Summers with the fake set, dug out by McNally. Meyer feeding Cellini, and that one's denied. Kiara Reyes, all 5'6" of her, there for the block. Point Queensborough. They trail 13-6, but they have to feel good about that point. There is still the consolation side, so for Queensborough, they don't want to let themselves get too down if they do indeed lose this match, as Catherine Novi gets the kill there, because they'll at least have one more match. Consolation playing the loser of our next game between Central Lakes and Columbus State. Williams on the spike from the middle, and now the sending it back. There again, Summers passes it over, finds that back corner, and Queensborough, nice job of just getting it back across. Cellini, left side. Williams there for the denial, as Reyes tried to keep it alive and sent it out of bounds. There she is again, Ariana Cellini, doing damage for the Harper Hawks, who have a 15-6 lead here in set number 3. Williams attacking in the middle, dug out by Novi. And now Summers up to Udomi. And Udoni gets blocked, but it went out of bounds. Bob Vilsoet looking for an explanation, as Harper earned the point. And I think the officials are saying that after Udoni got blocked, She got a fingertip off it when the block came back and then went out of bounds. And now a reversal. So perhaps Udoni didn't touch it. And now Jason Demas wants an explanation. Well, the block from Queensborough clearly went out of bounds, but it all depends on the last touch. And so if it was last touched by Harper, obviously it would have been Queensborough point, and that was the original call. Now the officials are going to get together. As it stands now, our scoreboard says 15-7. If they reverse it, it'll be 16-6 in favor of Harper. The officials are going to want to talk this out a little while longer. Well, fans, Tachikara is proud to be the official volleyball of the NJCAA and has generously provided all balls for NJCAA National Championship play for over 30 years. Tachikara, we've got the ball, you bring the game. And a lot of discussion over that Tachikara ball and who touched it last for that last point. As Brittany McNally, the libero for Queensborough, tries to get the last explanation, and the call will stand in Harper's favor. The scoreboard says 15-7. They'll have to fix that. And they do indeed get there. It's 16-6 in favor of Harper, and wouldn't you know it, Catherine Novi gets an ace after the long delay. Everything going Harper's way here as they look to advance the semifinal round of this national championship tournament. They lead 17-6. Nice play there by Kiera Reyes, sending it back across before Harper was ready for it. Oh, and they're going to give that point to Harper too, saying Reyes called for the double hit. She did put an awful lot of English on that, and so did Novi on that serve, her second ace in the last 3 points. Harper is pulling away with style. They lead 19-6 here in set number 3. Looking for the 3-0 victory, as they've done many, many times this season. Hughes punching it across, finding the soft spot in the defense and getting the kill. Side out back to Queensborough. They trail 19-7. As Mbalo Bariti comes back in for Mariella Medina. And so the Lady Tigers stacking up on attackers here. And then Reyes sends that serve into the net. So it's 20-7 in favor of Harper. Caitlin Summers on the serve. Tipped across by Bariti. And now Burzloff with the spike in the left hand. Reyes there to dig it out, but Queensborough can't keep it in bounds. 21-7, Harper leads. Their roster made up entirely of girls from the state of Illinois, and they're making the fans back home in Paladin, Illinois, awfully proud right now as they get the big block there. It was Burzloff with a little help from Udoni. And the lead is 15. They won set number 2 by 16, and they're looking to do even better than that here in set number 3. Hughes attacking from the right side, too strong, out of bounds. 23-7 in favor of Harper. Summers dug out by McNally. And now Williams with the big spike. She hasn't gotten a whole lot of feeds here in this match, which is unfortunate because you can see what she can do when she's able to attack off of a nicely put set. 23-8, Lady Tigers in a big deficit here in set number 3. Harper 2 points away from advancing to the semifinals. Cellini from the right side, tipped up by the blockers and punched across by Dominguez. And Melissa Dominguez gets the point for Queensborough. So 2 in a row. They've matched the 9 points they scored in set number 2. Looking for a miracle. Trailing 23-9. Hughes sends that one out of bounds. Service errors have been a problem for both teams, and now how fitting. Ariana Cellini back to serve for match point. Cellini with the tough jump serve. Kind of a knuckleball, but it's dug out by Hughes. Now Dominguez sends that one too far, and Harper has advanced. They take set number 3 by a score of 25-9, and they will face the winner of Central Lakes and Columbus State. We will have that match for you here on NJCAA TV. They give each team 30 minutes between matches. We won't take quite that long of a break, but we will have that matchup for you here. Again, your final score, Harper taking down Queensborough 3-0, winning the first set 25-13, second set 25-9, and the third set 25-9. Ellie Bursloff led the way with 6 kills, but Ariana Cellini led the way in terms of overall play for a very deep Harper College team who improves to 41-1 on the season. Queensborough drops to 26-2 with the loss. Again, your final score, Harper 3, Queensborough 0. We'll take a break. You're watching the NJCAA National Championship Tournament here on NJCAA TV. All right, so a quick wrap-up on our last game. Harper College was dominant from start to finish, beating Queensborough 3-0, taking set number 1 25-13, and the last 2 sets 25-9. They had 5 attackers with at least 3 kills on the match. As for Queensborough, they were led by Zuri Williams, although they didn't get as much out of her as they normally do. She had 4 kills in the match, but it was a struggle just to keep the ball in play. Both teams with a number of service errors. I would have to say player of the game was Ariana Cellini for Harper College. They started to dominate as she scored 10 consecutive points behind the service line in set number 2, and Harper College never looked back. So again, your final score, 3-0. Harper College advances to the semifinals of the NJCAA National Volleyball Championship. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful afternoon.